Hello, my name is Edward, and I am anchoring this new segment of HR Hot Topics. Today's hot topic is employment law traps to watch out for in 2021. So these are very important for employers to take note, and we'll discuss them in detail right after the break. The first trap, health and safety. Do you think requiring employees to be vaccinated might be a step too far? That is a debate. Many organizations have taken steps to actively encourage, the word here is encourage, employees to agree to a COVID-19 vaccination. This is a sensible approach and one that will help employers to discharge their legal duty to protect the health and safety of their workforce as far as reasonably practical. However, requiring employees to be vaccinated is a different thing entirely. The phrase here, requiring employees, not encouraging them. Now, this would be a difficult policy to justify in anything other than exceptionally high-risk circumstances, and even then, only when alternative measures have been considered and any policy is sufficiently flexible to take account of an employee's personal circumstances, as well as creating potential employee relation challenges. Such a policy could lead to an employer facing claims for discrimination on the grounds of religion or belief, disability and age, as well as claims asserting constructive dismissal and human rights violations. The second trap, hybrid working. Beware of the immediate and delayed breach of contract issues. Many organizations are exploring the possibility of a move to hybrid working. Once employees have done the groundwork and decide that the model will work from both a business and practical perspective, they need to implement the move in a legally compliant way. Changing an employee's work location will generally require an amendment to their employment contract, and in particular to the place of work clause, so as to permit working from a different location. Employers that require hybrid working without making the necessary contractual challenges may find themselves facing breach of contract claims. Similarly, employers that make contractual amendments without thinking ahead and including enough contractual flexibility to require employees to work in a particular location when the business needs them to, may find that when the time comes, such requests are reliant on the employee consenting. If the consent is not forthcoming, employers' options are limited. The third one, trap that you need to really be wary of, is right to work checks. When employers conduct right to work checks, official government guidance confirms that the validity of a person's documents must be checked in their presence, either in person or virtually via a live video link. The employer must hold the original documents. However, the Home Office relaxed this requirement in light of the pandemic. The relaxed rule will remain in place until perhaps when the government postpones the lifting of all social distancing restrictions, which is currently scheduled to end soon. And this will be communicated in due course. Now, the final trap, the final one, returning to the workplace. Be mindful of possible disability discrimination issues. Now, disability discrimination claims for a failure to make reasonable adjustments to minimize the impact of an employee's disability can often focus on the requirement by the employer that the employee does their job from a designated workplace rather than their home. Lockdown has allowed many individuals to explore new ways of working remotely and managing their disabilities more effectively. Employers must consider the impact of a requirement to return to the office on employees whose disabilities mean that working from home could be an effective, reasonable adjustment, particularly when their effectiveness and productivity has been equivalent to or better than when they were in the office. Employers should also think through the implications for employees with particular neurodivergent conditions of removing or reducing home working, the removal of permanent workstations and the introduction of hot desking. Many neurodivergent individuals are more productive and under less strain when they're able to work from home, as this reduces sensory overload and non-essential social interaction, both during their commute and at the workplace. Working from home all the time, or to a greater extent, could be an effective, reasonable adjustment. 4 key traps that employers need to focus on so that you're not leaving your business exposed. If you are an employer, hope you found this topic useful. If you did, hit the subscribe button. Till then, stay safe.